God, why did I vote for him? I didn't know this was going to happen.
Welcome to our latest edition of F Around and Find Out, where Donald Trump voters are finding out that their vote has destroyed their lives.
I voted for Trump basically because my religion told me that unless I voted Republican, I was going to hell.
Why do you mean your church told you you will go to hell if you voted Kamala Harris? What kind of indoctrination is this? Did Trump pay people to be telling their congregation that if they don't vote Trump, they're going to hell?
All I can say, I was a dumbass, voted for Trump only because of my beliefs. People around me encouraged it. I can think for myself, yes. But I felt at the time that was the better choice. Now I'm looking at it with everything going on. It was the worst decision I ever made. I wanted not to vote.
I regret my vote for Trump.
I regret voting for Trump. It's honestly one of the biggest things that I regret of my entire life because I voted for Trump in the Trump versus Hillary election. It was actually my first election, and I was super excited to vote. I voted for Trump basically because my religion told me that unless I voted Republican, I was going to hell. I was also going to a deeply religious college. It was a Christian Fundamentalist college, and they had brought in Republicans that entire year to come speak to the students. They said that really as Christians, we can only vote pro-life, and so they would say even though he might not follow some of the Christian pathways that we like to see or Christian values, we have to vote for him because he says he's a Christian and he's pro-life. And that if you do not, and that if you vote for Hillary, basically the whole world will go to shit. I was also kind of groomed growing up to never vote for a woman because I was taught complementarianism, which means that women are supposed to submit to their husbands and to men in general. And they would tell us about Jezebel, who's this horrible queen in the history of the Bible. And then they would say that Jezebel or someone like Jezebel is going to return in the end times. And so people were saying that was Hillary. And people were like, yeah, she might be acting nice now, but if she gets elected, a woman will be the downfall of the United States, and Christians will be persecuted, and all of your family and friends that are Christian are basically going to be unalived. There was so much fear and control in my brain that I did not vote for Trump in the primaries. I knew that I did not want to vote for him, but I felt like my religion was more important to me because I was so scared of hell, and so I do not really think I had a choice. And you can say, yeah, nobody can see you in the ballot boxes, but I was convinced that I would go to hell immediately if I did that, and that my family and friends would be destroyed if Hillary won. So if that is the reason, if you are voting for Trump out of fear or out of your religion, that is not true religion. Politics and religion can be completely separate. You can say, well, some has moral values, the other doesn't. Both of the parties have different moral values than the other. Democrats really want to do social welfare programs to help the poor and needy and the sick, which is something Jesus talks about. So vote Democrat, free of conscience. If you are a Christian, your faith and your politics do not have to be intertwined.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a shocker, and I'm pretty much sure I'm not the only one who is shocked to find out that churches are telling people who to vote these days. I mean, talk about politics in church. Like, isn't the entire notion of the First Amendment or America being America is to separate church and state? Now we have churches literally trying to convince people into voting a certain person. Ladies and gentlemen, where are we going with this? Because the more these I regret my vote videos are coming on my FYP, on my feed on TikTok, the more I'm shocked of the stupid reasons why people ended up voting for Trump. But anyway, we're going to talk about that in this video because we have a lot of videos to see. But anyway, welcome to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Latkana Esther. For those of you that have been sending me since day one, thank you guys. But don't feel left out if you're new here. I love you so much. For 10,000 of you, I appreciate you. Now into this video. It's very important for you guys to tell me what you think in the comment section. People that are coming out with reasons why they cast their vote for Trump, don't you find it a little bit too out of the box? Like, hey, anyway, we move to the next one.
I can't believe I have to say this, but I'm no longer rocking with Trump. Dude, I was the first Gen Zer to support Trump. I definitely preferred him in 2016 and to some degree 2020. I was with Trump for 9 straight years, 2016 to today. I didn't vote for him in 2024, actually, thank God. But what happened between me and the employee who told me about the new policy change for giving free water, man, I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now. We would have been way better off with JD Vance or Butch Ware or Candace Owens, but we got Trump, and we know Trump for who he is. He's a corporate shill. He's imposed tariffs. That's not a conservative move. That's not even a nationalist or imperialist move. That's worse than imperialist. It's a feudalist neocon move. And Trump, I hope you know better. I should have boycotted Starbucks in October of 2023, but I didn't because I was stupid as hell. Today, I'm going to sell my Trump stock, and I'm also going to be boycotting Starbucks moving forward.
Well, good job. I guess the revelations are coming in right now. And you know what? A lot of people that are coming out and they're saying, I regret my votes and everything. Watch this, okay? Because I feel like some of the people are out here talking, but when it comes to time to do what they're supposed to do, they always switch up their minds. So we have a solution for y'all that regret voting Trump.
Respectfully, if you are getting on here saying how much you regret your vote or regret who you voted for, please stop. Midterms are coming up in 2 years. So you need to go ahead and stop making your videos about how you regret your vote, because no one believes it. And demonstrate through your actions that you're ready to take on the task of fighting for and uplifting our democracy when the midterms arrive in 2 years. Because no one's believing that anymore. We've been down this road before. That regret of your vote. That regret of what you did after you've done it already. We've seen this before. It's like we forget as a society what happened just because it didn't happen yesterday or in the last 30 minutes. We tend to have such a short attention span. We remember only things that are within swipe view. But for the rest of us who actually know history and who actually remember things beyond swipe view, we know that there was a point in time when you said the same thing of how you regretted your vote and regretted who you voted for. I didn't know it would be this bad. We've seen this before. And not only did you do it once, but you did it again. So go ahead and keep your videos. Stop making them. No one's trying to hear that. No one's trying to hear that. We're trying to see action, see progress, and see growth as a nation. So if you do truly regret your decision, which is a decision that you can make of your own volition and free will, which you did, as a nation, we do have to live with the consequences and ramifications of those actions for at least the next 2 years. But be prepared and prepare yourself well for the midterms. Actions speak so much louder than repeated words, than redundant words. And these words are very redundant, very repetitive, and almost in a way that seems to be disingenuous.
I think most importantly, I want to know from you guys, do you think these Trump supporters that are coming out and then they're saying, oh, we regret voting for Trump, oh my God, da, 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 do you think these people, now that they know, given a chance that after 2 years they can try to do something, do you think right now they are genuine enough to take that initiative 2 years from now to try and rectify what they have put other people through? I want to know what y'all think in the comment section. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Now, with Trump passing the law that if your kid's on if you put your baby dad on child support, they're going to be getting the money from the child, like for child tax. That work.
The funniest thing about this is it isn't even true. These MAGA moms are all over the internet right now screaming and crying about how they regretted voting for Trump because right-wing men who love to control women have spread this rumor all over Twitter, and it's made its way here, stating that if you're a single mother, too bad. If a man pays your child support, he gets to claim your children on his taxes as dependents.
What percentage of your workers are not U.S. born?
Probably half.
About half?
Yeah.
How many hours does this go on?
It's 24 hours a day. You know, we could milk 8 hours a day, but it wouldn't be feasible or profitable for us to produce milk.
So you need workers like this year-round?
Yes, yes.
Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota, her farm is just a few miles away. This farmer who voted for her, who voted for Trump, who still supports them, doesn't believe that they would round up immigrants and ask them for their immigration status, because it's an open secret that farms in this state are held up by undocumented workers. Are you worried, like some of your other farmers, that if there were a mass roundup of undocumented migrants, that you might lose workers, you might not have enough workers?
Well, the question I asked, how are they going to do that? Within 2 days, we will not have food. There will not be food anywhere.
2 days?
Yes. That's why I predict nobody will be filling the shelves, nobody will be producing food. If we once have to shut down and be gone, it's never coming back.
Does Governor Noem understand that?
I would think so.
You have a lot of faith that they're not going to do what they're saying.
That's pretty much what I'm thinking.
Women who voted for Trump, I have a question. Why? And this is not a fight. Try not to get defensive. I genuinely am trying to understand why you made that decision. Like, as a woman, does it not concern you that he appointed judges who've rolled back reproductive rights, threatening our access to safe healthcare?
My brother and his fiance uninvited me from their wedding, and now I have the wonderful pleasure of uninviting them from holiday activities because they voted for Donald Trump. I just want to know what you guys think of the whole entire situation, and if I'm being petty, if I'm being unreasonable. Just to give you guys a heads up, my brother gets free healthcare, my brother goes to school for free, and I helped him apply for all of those government programs. In addition to that, I gave my brother a free BMW SUV. He drives a free car, I pay for his car insurance, and I pay for his cell phone bill. In addition to that, he lives at home and completely relies on the financial assistance of my mother. So this boy has the audacity to not only vote for Donald Trump, who is against women like myself and my mother, but then he has the audacity, after my mother was crying all day yesterday, he comes home celebrating his victory and rubbing it in my mom's face.
I'm getting quite a few comments from people who are telling me they regret voting for Trump, they only voted for him as a joke, or they assumed Harris was going to win, so they didn't vote at all, and they're asking me what they can do now. The truth is, it's too late to change this outcome. This wasn't just a game, it was the decision that's going to shape the next 4 years and beyond of our lives. That's why it was so important to research and feel certain about your decision before you got to the polls.
I'm literally contemplating my entire marriage right now because my wife voted for Donald J.
Yeah, we voted for Trump because he promised while he was campaigning like a million times that when he got into office, he was going to bring down prices, bring down grocery prices. The inflation has been high ever since COVID, and he promised he would bring that down, but it's obvious to me now.
Hold on. What goddamn rock have you been living under? This goddamn clown, this rotting orange peel, was already president for a 4-year term and didn't really give any promises. And you're saying, oh, I just found out now. Really? fool me once, really? Like, there's so many people on here that are finally waking up. Now, thankfully, they're waking up, but it's so late to the party, man.
The same people who told you that they were voting for him for the economy are now trying to explain to you why the stock market crashing and everybody losing their jobs and everybody not being able to afford eggs is actually good for the economy somehow.
This farmer who voted for her, who voted for Trump, who still supports them, doesn't believe that they would round up immigrants because it's an open secret that farms in this state are held up by undocumented workers.
How are they going to do that? Within 2 days, we will not have food. There will not be food anywhere.
Now look at yourself looking stupid on camera. What do you mean you didn't think he would go through with it? Why would you vote for something you don't believe would happen? No, you just wished it wouldn't affect you. But it will. Oh, within 2 days you won't have any food and you didn't think of that in the voting booth? This just proves that Americans voted against and not for. And how are they going to do that? By showing up in hospitals, daycares, schools, churches. This man reminds me of the fishermen who voted for the Brexit and then started crying when they lost their market. He hates his employees deeply. He said it with his whole chest and didn't even realize it. Oh, they're looking dumb as fuck. Putain, faut quand même être con, quoi. Faut vraiment être con. Je comprends pas.